Intermittent fasting versus Ayurveda when fasting backfires. Fasting is certainly trendy, but if your body is depleted, fasting can make you feel even worse. In this short video, I'll show you 3 signs why you should not fast, 3 tracking metrics to check, and how Ayurveda reads this through its special lens and what to do instead so you can stop doing the cut and paste version that just might not be supporting your body right now. And stay to the end because I'll give you a sample "Am I allowed to fast?" checklist that you could just screenshot and know green flags, yellow flags, red flags, and what to do instead. Aloha, I'm Darcy Frankel. I have 32 years of clinical experience in practicing Ayurvedic medicine with special focus on cleansing and rejuvenation. And I've owned my Hanalei Day Spa here for 23 years. I'm also in the biohacking world because honestly, Ayurveda was the original biohacking, right? Let's start modern. Fasting isn't a virtue. It's a signal-based tool. And here are 3 symptom signs that fasting is a bad idea for you right now. Your sleeping gets worse, especially waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. or having light aware sleep. Anxiety, restlessness increases. You feel more wired instead of grounded. If you feel colder, weaker, or shaky during your fast, with cold hands and feet, you're shaky, depleted, just not clear. Now, if fasting pulls you towards depletion instead of clarity, that's a red flag. If you're noticing those 3 signs, here's why. Sometimes fasting gives you a temporary feeling of clarity. Your body might actually be running on stress and low fuel. And that's where tracking metrics really helps. So here are 3 tracking metrics that will help you. Now, if you love data like I do, here are 3 tracking signals to check before you fast hard, especially 24 or 36-hour fasts. CGM, or continuous glucose monitor patterns. If fasting leads to big crashes, big spikes, or you feel shaky, reactive, your system may just be treating these restrictions like a stress event. Number 2 is HRV trend. If your heart rate variability is trending down, your nervous system is under a bigger load. Aggressive fasting can push that load higher. Number 3 is your resting heart rate. If it's elevated during sleep or during the day, or your sleep is lighter, fasting may be adding stress to your overall system instead of building resilience. Now, data doesn't tell you what to do. It tells you what your body is tolerating. So here's the rule. If symptoms are waving a red flag, your metrics are trending in the wrong direction. Don't fast like it's a badge of honor. Modify it. Rebuild. Nourish yourself first. And if you're like me and you like to do lab work, your leptin can be another clue about your energy availability. If your body's signaling low resources, aggressive fasting here can backfire. You want to personalize this with your practitioner. Now, if your data is showing low tolerance, the answer is not push harder. It's reduce your load and rebuild your own capacity. That's why I created my Serious Cleanse 30-day challenge. In it, you learn major toxin inputs. You support the 4 detoxification pathways. You track your progress, and you set up preventions so you don't slide back. There'll be a link below for the guided version of my Serious Cleanse challenge. Now, here's the Ayurvedic translation. In Ayurveda, your metabolism and resilience are governed by 2 big concepts: Agni and Ojas. Agni is your digestive and metabolic fire, your ability to transform food into energy. Ojas is your reserve, your deep vitality, your immunity, and your recovery capacity. So when one of my patients tells me fasting just makes me feel worse, I think, Is your Agni stable enough to handle it? And do you have enough Ojas, your immunity, to recover from the stress and restriction? Fasting is a stressor. Now, stress can be a tool or it can be a debt. All right, now let's talk about who should fast and who shouldn't fast. Now, we'll filter through this through the Ayurvedic lens because this is where that copy and paste really gets people stuck. Vata. If you're more Vata type, you're thinner, you're colder, you're more anxious, irregular. Long fasting can destabilize your organism. It can amplify irregular digestion, assimilation, and elimination. It can escalate nervous system sensitivity and sleep issues and that thin, wired feeling. Now, if you're more Pitta, you're hot, you're intense, you're driven, fasting can actually increase that fire. And that can show up as irritability, acidity, overall inflammation, headaches, or that sharp, hangry edge. And you just don't want that. And now, if you're more Kapha, heavier, thicker, slower, congested, structured fasting can actually sometimes be really supportive when it's done in the right way and not as punishment. Okay, so you might be thinking what to do instead if fasting is backfiring. Now, first thing, Ayurvedic meal timing, which is the sustainable fast, the Ayurveda fast. You eat your biggest meal midday, keep your dinner light and early, at least 3 to 4 hours away from sleep. This supports digestion without depletion. Focus on more protein, warm nourishment for the depleted types. Because if you're depleted, you don't want to push through. You want to rebuild and nourish first. Prioritize those warm, nourishing meals and adequate protein, especially in the morning and midday. So now we'll talk a little bit about dinacharya, daily routine. Add rhythm, not restriction. Morning light, gentle movement, breath work. In Ayurveda, we call this dinacharya, daily routine. And it was all there thousands of years ago. All right, let's tie this all together. Fasting can be a great tool, but only when your system is really resourced enough to benefit from it. Quick recap. If fasting is making you sleep worse, increases anxiety, restlessness, or leaving you cold, shaky, or just weaker that day or the next day, it's not discipline. That's a red flag. And if you're tracking data, your CGM patterns, your heart rate variability, your sleep resting heart rate is moving in the wrong direction, that's your body telling you it's not tolerating this type of stress right now. This is where Ayurveda makes it simple. Use Agni, Ojas, and your dosha to move yourself in the right direction, in the right season. Because the win isn't how long you can fast. The win is stable energy, stable mood, and stable sleep. Alrighty, here's your checklist. Am I allowed to fast? So here are your green lights. Consider fasting if your digestion feels steady, your energy is stable, no crashing, no shaking, your sleep is solid, your mood is even, you recover well. Yellow light, modify fasting if you have the yellow light. If your sleep is inconsistent, if you feel edgy, irritable while fasting, if your digestion, assimilation, and elimination are variable, if you feel revved up after restriction, kind of jittery, these are your yellow flags. Here's your red light flags. Don't fast if you get these. Rebuild first. If you really feel debilitated, shaky, or very cold, if you're anxious, you're restless, irregular digestion gets worse, if fasting is just wrecking your sleep, if you just feel weaker and not clear, these are your red flags to consider. Rebuild first. Now, if you want me to apply all this information to a consultation and your metrics, you can book a telehealth consultation with me. There'll be a link below. We'll figure out what fits your body, what fits your season, your stage of life without the guesswork. And if you comment below, you tell me what kind of fasting you've been doing and how you feel after it, better or worse or neutral. I'll give you the Ayurvedic take. Alrighty, that's what we have today. Thank you for your time and attention. Aloha from Kauai.